Hello, I'm James Barfield with Your Urban Connection. And, I want to talk about the Wichita State men's basketball program. This year, uh, as of today, they're sitting with a record of 8 wins and 3 losses. Now, their latest loss came on Saturday afternoon at Coke Arena, and they were playing a team known as Stephen F. Austin. Now, Stephen F. Austin, by all accounts, should have been an easy win for the Shockers. However, it didn't turn out that way. The Shockers lost to Stephen F. Austin in Coke Arena before thousands of loyal Wichita State fans. And they lost by a score of 62 to 52. Now, I want to say something here right up front. No college basketball team is going to win any games scoring 52 points. Now, if we look at the 8 games, the 11 games in total that the Shockers have played this year, they have not scored over 65 points in 10 of those games. Only in one of them did they score more than 65 points. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're not talking high school basketball here. We're talking college level basketball. And in college basketball today, you have severe, strong competition. And you have some very good players and tons of talented players. And let me be honest, Wichita State is among those. Wichita State has some very talented and skilled basketball players. Now, when we see a consistent score by Wichita State in the upper 50s and lower 60s, something is wrong. When you consider the talent that they have and the skill level of this team, something is wrong. Now, we have to ask the question at this point, is it bad shooting? Is it bad teamwork? Or is it bad coaching? Or perhaps all of the above. But I will say one thing. You are scoring offensively lower than I have ever seen a Wichita State team in the last 20 years score. And here's the problem. You have won 8 games. And almost every one of those games, you've had to come from behind and depend on luck to take you to victory. Well, at some point, luck runs out. And you have to have skills and you have to have talent. And you have to play with determination. Now, I'm of the opinion now that most of these players, they take the floor and want to play with their hearts. And that's fine and dandy. But the game of basketball has to be played and won with the head. Okay? You've got to play smart. And right now, we're not seeing that. We're not seeing any of the players play smart for 40 minutes, and there's 40 minutes of the game. To be honest, our leading scorer in most of those games in the first half has scored fewer than 10 points. Actually, fewer than 8 in the first half of the game. So there's the first 20 minutes of the game. Because basically, you've been behind. Now, with luck, on several of those games, they have been able to come from behind, and they've been able to overcome deficits of even 20 points. But like I said, that was due to luck, and luck won't last for long. Now, the big thing is right now, we have not entered the conference yet. And from my standpoint of view, Wichita State is not ready to win in the conference. Because now you're talking about teams like Houston, which is nationally ranked, Memphis, Cincinnati, Temple, and folks, you are not going to win any games scoring 52 or even 62 points against those kinds of opponents. I mean, look, we're not talking high school basketball here. And you cannot play college ball at basketball scoring levels. Simply won't work. Now, to use the term of one Gene Smithson, a former Wichita State coach, you've got to play angry, okay? There's no question about it. You've got to play angry. You've got to step on that court with the mentality. If you're not just going to play, you're going to win. Look, great basketball players like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Curry, Stephen Curry, those players don't play just to play. They expect to win every time they take the court, regardless as to who the opponent is. And they play smart. They play with their head. Now, you take this last game that Wichita State played against Stephen Austin. There was a period of 13 minutes that they didn't score a single point. They allowed Stephen F. Austin to run up a 20-0 deficit in that second half. Can you imagine that? 13 minutes and you don't score a single point? So how can you expect to win against competition such as Houston, Cincinnati, Memphis, Temple, those other players that you must play in the conference? Now, I don't know whether or not we can put the blame on the players or the coaches. But I will tell you this, in order for you to be competitive, in order for you to end this season with a winning record, you're gonna have to make some changes. And I suspect the coach is going to have to make some changes, including perhaps changing the starting lineup. You've got to present a team of players on that floor that have a winning attitude, that have a winning mentality, not just somebody who wants to show up and play. That's not good enough. Everybody on your team can play, but can they play with a winning attitude and a winning mentality? If not, you're not ready for the AAC and what it has to offer. And that's starting, I believe, on January the 1st. So you don't have a lot of time to make some vast, distinct changes in your basketball program. Now, it seems to me Stephen F. Austin followed the playbook of Kansas State, which also defeated Wichita State in Wichita, even though that game was played at the arena as opposed to the Coke Arena. It was played at the bank arena, Intrust Bank Arena. But here's the thing. They played the playbook of Kansas State, which figured out a way to stop Wichita, and that was to stop the three-point shooting from the team's leading scorer in the end. Now, folks, let's take a look. A good coach, and when a team has the knowledge that their most effective player is Andy N, and he's basically a three-point shooter, the coach and the team has to figure out a way to deflect from him and figure out a way to get that ball inside. Now, you've got two ways to do that. Either you can drive into the basket or you can pass the ball into your big man under the basket. Most of the time, Udeze. And Udeze, to his credit, for the last 4 or 5 games, has been quite effective. As a matter of fact, he was the leading scorer against Stephen F. Austin with 17 points. But you've got to have more than one single game plan. And right now, Wichita State, as far as I am concerned, has not developed a second plan. You're putting the ball on the game on the shoulders of one player. And a winning team consists of sharing the ball, not counting on one man. The best teams in the NBA, the best teams in college, are teams that utilize the talents and the skills of their team, not just one individual. The sooner the Wichita State adapts to this type of program, they'll start winning basketball games. They'll start scoring more than 50, 60 points. In college basketball, you must score at least 70 to 75 points to have a chance at having a winning program. So Coach Isaac Brown, take notice. Time is short. Time is running out. And if you want to go to the NCAA again, you must make some changes. I'm James Barfield, your Urban Connection.